Hi everybody, I'm Drew.
And I'm Jen Todd.
And this is The Captain's Room. Welcome back, and now we have been away from the NFL for a little bit. Jen and I went out on a vacation, had a cruise, had a blast. We'll tell you guys all about that later, but now it's time to get back to our NFL picks and how we've been doing over the few weeks that we've been away. Right now, we got our NFL Sunday getting started. Our picks have already been selected for Thursday and for this morning's game, Jacksonville versus Buffalo. We're gonna go over how we did with our picks for that and what we see for the future for this game. Guys, you ready? Welcome back to PlayStation.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. I got my boy Connor. Here we go, I'll start. Chicago versus Washington. I went Chicago. I thought that Chicago Bears would have a strong enough defense to go against Washington. Justin Fields is due to have a big game. Justin Fields came out slinging. They finally are releasing him and just stop trying to hinder him. Let him play the game. They had a big controversy about this. Let him play the game. He called out the coaches a little bit. I thought there was a little controversy going on, but I think they actually listened to him. So I went Chicago. Jen, how'd you do on that game?
I didn't do so well. I went Washington and they lost.
Yeah, Washington was the bet. If you were a real betting person, Washington was the team to go with.
No, I faded the Bears. I think that's usually the safe bet. Yeah, I thought Washington was strong enough, but I was wrong.
Sean, how'd we do?
Also faded the Bears. I was just going on there, I think 14 loss streak. So I was just betting on that. They pulled out a win, so good for them. But yeah, I did have Washington.
Buffalo versus Jacksonville game. They're playing in London. I went with Buffalo. Jacksonville was already located in London. They didn't have to travel due to last week's game. A lot of people said that this would give Jacksonville the edge, and apparently they were right. Buffalo did not pull through for me, so I took a loss on that one.
I went Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence and ETN scoring.
I took Buffalo. They looked like the strongest team in the AFC last week. Kind of think we forgot that Lawrence is still in his early years and still in his learning curve. I took Buffalo. Jags were the better team today.
I also had Buffalo. I was leaning towards Jacksonville because they've already been in London. They've established themselves in there, so they were used to it a couple of weeks. I thought Buffalo was the better team, so I went with them, but they took it out.
What's going to happen with these early games? Atlanta over Houston. I'm only doing that because Atlanta's at home. I have no other reasoning for it. Detroit versus Carolina. I'm going Detroit. They're not only a stronger team, but they're also at home. Indianapolis versus Tennessee. I'm giving Indianapolis the edge on this one because they're at home. Miami versus New York. Miami is unbelievable with their offense right now. Miami's coming back from having a loss. They're going to come back and take down whoever they go against. So I feel bad for New York because they're just in trouble now. New England versus New Orleans. I went New England. New England's defense is going to have to come up big, but there's a big problem, and I don't know why. I have so much faith in Bill Belichick. New England is missing key defensive players. With the loss of their key defensive players, it's not going to be the same New England defense, but I'm thinking that hopefully Belichick can outcoach and come up big. Baltimore over Pittsburgh. Baltimore is just a stronger team. Pittsburgh, great defense, but they're just coming up small when it comes to the offensive side of the ball.
I basically have everything you do except the Tennessee versus Indianapolis. I went Tennessee with Tannehill. It seems like a 50-50 game and it's really up in the air, but I went Tennessee.
Tannehill is a very consistent quarterback, so I'll give you that.
I took the Texans at Atlanta. Atlanta's running a fairly archaic offense, yet somewhat effective. Took Detroit, Indianapolis, which I think is probably the weirdest money line of the day. I don't really understand why they're a home dog. Miami, and then I took New Orleans and Baltimore. That wraps up my 1 o'clock picks.
I got Houston going against Atlanta. I think Houston's actually been a pretty solid team defensively, and Stroud just looks awesome, and he has some stud wide receivers. Like, they're looking a lot better than I thought they were going to look this year.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure. Like, good for them.
Yeah, they've definitely come out.
So I took Lions, easy pick. They're one of my favorite teams to just make the playoffs in general this year. I thought they were going to kill it, and they have been. They look great on defense, which is huge for them. because their offense was already there. So this game was tough for me. I was leaning Tennessee, but I think I'm just going to take the Colts at home. Their strong point is the run with their QB, and Tennessee, if there's one thing they're good at, stopping the run. That one's tough for me. I'm just going to lean towards the Colts just because they're at home. Easy fins up, Miami pick. Don't even need to talk about that one. I'm going to take New England here. I don't even know if Derek Carr's playing or not, but if he is, not going to be great. Even if Jameis is playing, it's going to be brutal. Their defense is good enough, and
We want Jameis.
they can get it done. Yeah, we want Jameis. Sick Carr. Vito love it. Easy Baltimore pick for me here. Steelers just aren't shambles. They're missing plenty of people with injuries. And even then, I just think Baltimore's a much better team.
Well, there you have it. Our 1 o'clock picks. I think they're all locked in. We're going to watch the games now. We will check in later. Thank you very much.
Later.